Okay, you know something? I will talk on this video and I shall look right at you and say, hello, how are you? I'm talking about, I love music and I'm a musician and a songwriter and all that. And I'll talk about music. It's like, as I said before, I don't really like a lot of bands. I'll talk about, not my stuff, I'll talk about other stuff, like bands that I like that influenced me. I was like talking about that, because that's the stuff that made me love music, It's, I talk about like favorite bands. I mean, there's always a reason why I like a certain band. I mean, there's enjoyability, and then there's kind of creativity, and there's kind of, virtuosity, how well they play together, how, good the musicians are, how good they are creating music, what's the stuff they write, the stuff, the albums, how good the albums are, how well put together they are, the order, it's usually, what the subjects are, what they're talking about. That's always interesting. It's like a song that doesn't really have a good message or kind of interesting. It's kind of like when someone talks and they're not really saying anything. That's kind of like the same difference, I like when the music actually trying to tell a story or something. At least it doesn't have to be a story, but it's something interesting, or at least trying to play with words, or trying to, have a point, something to it. So, that's usually what I like. It's usually, it's like when you listen to someone and they say something really interesting, it makes you want to listen. You're like, oh, same thing with lyrics. You want to write lyrics that are interesting, so you want to listen and kind of keep going. So you don't have to depend on the music being good or the beat. You can actually enjoy the story while the music is going on. So that's like, but yeah, so I don't like a lot of bands. I mean, it's not like I like every band. I mean, I like what's good. It's amazing how people can like so much music. I know people like hundreds of bands, and I'm like, I don't know, who has enough time to listen to all those bands, I guess. And it's like even bands that I like, I haven't listened to everything that they've done. There's so much stuff there. Most of the time, most of the music I've listened to from bands that I like is while I'm walking somewhere. I'm not walking. That's kind of the time. That's kind of like the time I usually listen to music the most, or what I used to. So I'll try to take walks or bike rides and try to have my Walkman with me. That's kind of a good time to listen to music. Or another thing is when I go to sleep, I have the music on and listen to it while I'm sleeping. Some people read. I'll listen to music and try to, listen to it at that point. Have it when I'm about to sleep, go to sleep. So, yeah, a lot of music that I've listened to is that way. That's kind of how I was listening to music most of the time. But, yeah, so, now what was this going to be about? There's certain bands that I do like. I mean, most of the bands I like are like older bands from like the 60s and 70s, So, I think it's very important to me if the band are good songwriters. Songs are the most important thing to me when I listen to an album. If the songs are good, it's the most important thing. The virtuosity maybe comes second, but the songs have to be good. That's the main thing. I think that's the thing with like the Velvet Underground. It's like some of the productions kind of not 100% great or whatever, but the songs are really great, and Lou Reed is brilliant. So but the songs and the creativity is there. That's why they're so great. You can listen to songs like that's very creative. That's pretty cool. So, but they kind of have that thing. That's kind of their thing. They're kind of like the lo-fi production, but the very kind of creativeness of the music. But yeah. So So that's why I like them, and then I like the bands for different reasons. Yeah.